Go.
Okay, so this is my cell model video. So we're going to start with the nucleus. The nucleus is a large, very important structure in the cell, and we're using this Xbox controller to represent it because the nucleus is like the control center of the cell. So we have that there, and then in addition to that, we have the nucleolus, which is a prominent structure in the nucleus. The nucleolus helps with, or it produces ribosomes, which go through the cell to make proteins. And here we have ribosomes, which come from the nucleolus. These ribosomes, they sit in the cell and they make proteins. So that's pretty cool. So then here is the vacuole, which we're using a water bottle with water to represent, because the vacuole stores things. It's like a storage unit, kind of. So then we also, here we have this bowl is representing the cell membrane, because the bowl holds everything in there, like if you got cereal in there, or in this case, this water that we're using to represent the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is very important because that's what everything in the cell, just it goes in the cytoplasm. Here we have these batteries, which are representing the mitochondria, because the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So we're going to put those batteries in there too, because those go in the mitochondria too, and the cytoplasm and the vacuoles in there. These we're representing the lysosomes, because the lysosomes help kill bacteria, and see, this kills 99% of viruses and bacteria. So I think that's a pretty good representation right there. I put the nucleus in there, but I don't want to get that wet. Okay, now this here, I took this from a UPS package, and we're representing the Golgi apparatus with this, because it's like the packaging center of the cell, and it packages things, and like the ribosomes, and sends them. Oh, these beans are getting wet, squishy. And sends them around the cell. So that's the Golgi bodies. Here we have, this is the nuclear envelope, and it's not really an envelope, it's more of a folder, but it's like the same kind of thing. And what the nuclear envelope does is it just like, it's kind of like a membrane thing that it like goes, see, we have the nucleus inside of the nuclear envelope. So that's pretty cool. Here, this sandpaper, which we rolled up in the shape of a tube, is the smooth or the rough, endoplasmic reticulum, because it's made of sandpaper, so it's rough. And the endoplasmic reticulum just transports things like these ribosomes into the cell. And then there's the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which is kind of like the rough endoplasmic reticulum, except instead of being rough, it's smooth and it doesn't hurt your skin when you rub it all over it. What else do we have left? I think we went over everything. So yeah, we have the ribosomes, the mitochondria, the vacuole, the lysosomes, the rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulums, the nucleus, the nucleolus, the nuclear envelope, the cytoplasm, the Golgi apparatus. So I think that's everything. Now on to the diseases. Cut.
Go.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about disorders in the organelles. First we have mitochondrial diseases. These occur when the mitochondria isn't producing enough like ATP, and this can happen many different ways, and there's several different disorders that it can cause. But basically, the mitochondria aren't functioning properly, so your cells don't have enough energy, and this can make it like really hard and painful to live, and like you have like not like stunted muscle growth and stuff like that, like low energy stuff like that. And like here it says like symptoms can be like weak muscles, muscle pain, vision and hearing problems, learning disabilities, and like movement disorders. So yeah, there's some bad things that can happen with that. Our second one we have here is a disease called Danon disease, and this affects the lysosomes. Basically what happens is the lysosomes start releasing a certain enzyme into the cell, which kills the cell, and it can cause like severe like muscle deterioration, and things like that. And it's really bad. Like males who contract this disease or who have this disease typically die like age like 19 or something like that, like really young, and females usually have like 10 years longer than that. And it affects males much more severely. Okay.
Go. Good.
Okay, so finally we have this thing here called achondrogenesis or something like that. It's a really long name that starts with an A and a CH. This is a disorder of the Golgi apparatus. And the Golgi apparatus like packages up things to move them around the cell. So what happens here, right here it says the malfunction of the Golgi apparatus will cause harm to the body also. And this disease, which is a defect of some of the microtubules of the Golgi apparatus, it's a genetic disorder that it says results in a short trunk, like this part of your body, small limbs, and a narrow chest. And it occurs when a body's person does not produce enough growth hormone. So that's like, so as you can see, when the Golgi apparatus does not function properly, it can do some really bad things to your body. And so yeah, that happens.